Is it possible to go from 0 to Ironman in just 24 weeks? Let's find out. Hi there, my name's Rob, and on the 5th of October of this year, I'll be lining up on the start line of Ironman Barcelona. An Ironman is a triathlon made up of a 2.4 mile sea swim, 112 mile bike ride, and if that wasn't enough, you finish off with a full marathon. So at the age of 45, this will be my first attempt at an Ironman distance triathlon, or actually any distance triathlon. I've never done one before, although I'm not a complete stranger to endurance events. I've completed a number of marathons in the past, and in 2021 I took part in an event called the Talisker Whiskey Atlantic Challenge, where I rowed as part of a team of 4 across the Atlantic Ocean unsupported. Despite this, and for a number of reasons, most of which are my own making, my fitness level is not where I'd like it to be. I completed a half marathon a few weeks ago and recorded a pretty pedestrian time of 2 hours 11 minutes. I only say this to kind of indicate that my fitness level is really not where it should be at this stage for somebody training towards the start line of an Ironman. So I took to the internet to see if it was possible for me to get into the shape I needed to be within a 24-week period, and stumbled across a program that someone had published and grabbed it. Most of the others were much longer, and they were no good to me because I didn't have that amount of time. I've made some small edits to the program just to fit around daily life, but the program is really quite simple. It involves a 24-week program, with each week involving 2 swim sessions, 2 run sessions, 2 bike sessions, and 1 brick session, where I'll do a workout on the bike and then run straight off the back of that to simulate the level of fatigue that you'd have in the legs, I suppose, during an actual triathlon event. Within the programme, I've included some shorter distance triathlons just to get my confidence up, particularly when swimming in open water. And the Barcelona Ironman involves a sea swim, which is perhaps even more daunting. But the sprint, Olympic and half Ironman distance triathlons will give me a really valuable lesson in event management, what nutrition works, how transition works, what equipment works, and give me a really good idea about what to expect on race day in October. So as you can imagine, I've been trawling YouTube and other social media channels to find inspiration from other people that have walked this path before me. And I've been really struck by those people that use social media as a way of keeping themselves accountable, but also I was so inspired by what they'd done. I thought that by perhaps sharing my story, I might inspire others to give something a go that they've always wanted to do. I'm not built like a traditional triathlete. I weigh over 100 kilos. As I explained earlier, my marathon times are pretty pedestrian. But the beauty of endurance events, whenever I stand on the start line, is there's no pressure on me. I'm not going to win it. So it's just about competing with yourself and realising that actually as somebody in my mid-40s, I'm still capable of extraordinary things, and being athletic and being an athlete in whatever setting you choose. So my intention is to post here weekly to update you all on how my training's going. I've got some relatively simple sports tech in the form of a Garmin and a Whoop band, so I can let you know how my progress is going. And if you'd like to follow the journey, just hit the subscribe button, and I'd be really privileged if you want to come along with me. I'm open to advice in any form I am such a novice at this. So if you've got experience, reach out and give me a shout. Equally, I know I haven't got the time to mess around with things that aren't bringing me benefit. The time I've spent looking on the internet has shown me that there's a load of rubbish out there and a load of snake oil salesmen that will try and flog you a supplement or a practice or a course that's going to get you to where you want to be. So I'm really committed that I'm only going to undertake things that are really backed by modern science. So in my videos, I'm going to include things that I'm going to use to boost my recovery, to increase the rate that I'm able to adapt to my training load, but only if they're backed by science. I know that a really important part of this journey is about how I fuel my training. And I've been predominantly plant-based for a number of years now. However, I do eat eggs that come from the chickens that I keep in my own garden. And when my willpower is waning, occasionally I will eat some dairy products in the form of cheese that are usually on the top of pizza. So I'm not a strict vegan by any stretch of the imagination, but I do follow a predominantly plant-based diet. And I know from seeing other incredible individuals out there that it is entirely possible to fuel an ultra-endurance lifestyle very healthily and successfully on a plant-based diet. But I'm really keen to share my journey with you and what that means in terms of my workouts and how they feel, but also if I can lose a little bit of weight on the way without compromising the food and protein and energy that is going to help me repair muscle, build new muscle, and recover from what is inevitably going to be a really significant training load. And finally, the other area that you may well have noticed that I'm a complete novice in is editing videos. So I will try really hard to get better at this process, to make my learning and experiences more accessible and more digestible. So if you've made it this far, congratulations, you've done brilliantly. And please hit the subscribe button to follow my journey that's going to take me to the start line of Ironman Barcelona and beyond.